So, you're looking for a dog trainer here in West Chester Township? Well, you've come to the right place. Let's walk through how to find the perfect fit for you and your best friend.
Okay, let's just picture the end goal, right? You're taking a nice, calm stroll at the square. Or maybe you're having an awesome, stress-free day at Voice of America Park. That's what this is all about, having a dog who can happily and confidently join you everywhere.
You see, a good trainer gets it. You're not just training for some abstract obedience competition. You're training for real life, right here in West Chester. That means getting your dog ready for everything from those busy parks to just a quiet walk around the block.
All right, first things first. Let's cover some of the basic options you're going to see when you start looking around.
You're going to hear this term a lot, positive reinforcement. And for good reason. It's what most professionals recommend. It's all about rewarding the good stuff. Using treats, praise, or a favorite toy to encourage the behaviors you want. It's a really humane approach that builds a ton of trust between you and your dog.
Okay, so that's the philosophy. But how is the training actually delivered? Well, you've got a few common options, and each one has its own benefits.
The two big ones you'll see are group classes and private sessions. Group classes, they're fantastic for getting your dog used to other dogs and people, really practicing that focus around distractions. Then you have private sessions. These are awesome for that one-on-one attention, especially for tackling specific things that happen at home, like, say, jumping on guests or surfing the counters.
And then there are some other formats. Board and train is where your dog actually stays with the trainer for some really immersive learning. Day training is kind of similar, but your dog just spends the day there. These can be great options if you have a super busy schedule or are dealing with some more challenging behaviors.
Okay, so you've got an idea of what you're looking for. How do you actually vet a professional? Well, there are two big things to look at. There are credentials and, of course, the cost.
Let's talk certifications. Think of these like a professional license. They show a trainer is serious about their craft and keeps up with their education. You might see something like CPDTK or KPACTP. These are really respected credentials for general training. And if you're dealing with more serious issues like fear or reactivity, you might look for a behavior consultant with a CBCCK or an IABC certification. It just shows they have that next level of expertise.
All right, let's talk money. This table should give you a pretty good ballpark for what to expect here in West Chester Township. As you can see, the costs can really vary. A 6-week group class is one thing, but then you've got something like a board and train, which is a much bigger investment because it's an immersive multi-week program. One thing to keep in mind is that buying a package of lessons is often a better deal than just paying one session at a time.
Okay, you've narrowed it down to a few trainers. Now comes the really important part, the consultation. This is your interview, and trust me, having the right questions ready to go is going to make all the difference.
Right off the bat, ask them about their training philosophy. You really want to make sure their approach feels right to you and aligns with modern, humane methods. Their answer here tells you everything about how they're going to treat your dog.
Next, ask about those certifications we just talked about. And don't be shy. Ask if they do continuing education. The field of dog training is always evolving, so you want someone who's committed to staying up to date. And this one is huge. Ask them how they're going to customize the training for your dog and your lifestyle. This is what separates a cookie-cutter program from a truly personal one. You need a plan that works for you, whether your goal is a peaceful walk at Fleckenstein Park or being able to handle the crowds at Liberty Center. And definitely don't forget the practical stuff. How will they let you know how things are going? What are the total fees? And what's the cancellation policy? And if you're dealing with behavior issues, ask if they'll work with your vet. Getting all this clear up front just makes sure everyone is on the same page.
All right, so you've got the training plan. Now let's talk about putting it into practice in the real world here in our community. That means knowing the local rules and the best spots to work on those new skills.
So this is a big one you need to know. The local leash law here in West Chester Township is specific. Your leash can't be longer than 8 feet when you're in public spaces. That's a really key detail, especially when you're working on that loose leash walking. There are a couple of other key ordinances to keep in mind too. By state law, your dog has to have a rabies vaccination and need to have the tag right on their collar. There are also rules about nuisance barking, something good training can help with. And it's great to know that here in West Chester, there are no breed-specific laws. The same rules apply to all dogs.
Okay, and now for the really fun part, getting out there and practicing. We've got some amazing places to do it. The dog park at Voice of America Park is perfect for working on recall and socializing safely. The trails at Rensselaer Forest are incredible for practicing leash manners with real-life distractions. And a place like the Square at Union Center, that's a fantastic spot to really test those sit and stay commands.
You know, at the end of the day, the right training is what helps your dog become a confident, happy part of your life. Picking that right trainer is a huge first step. And hopefully, this gives you the tools to make that choice with confidence. Good luck with your training journey. I hope you enjoy all the amazing things you'll get to do with your well-trained dog, whether that's just relaxing at home, walking through your neighborhood, or having a fantastic day out in one of our beautiful West Chester parks.